Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, a very quick video to celebrate the return of Doctor Who to our TV screens this coming weekend. Yes, it's back on Saturday the 12th of April, debuting at 8 AM I think on BBC iPlayer and on Disney Plus if you're not based in the UK or Northern Ireland, so that's for the rest of the world. And then I think it airs around about 7 o'clock on Saturday evening, so you can catch it numerous ways if you're a Doctor Who fan. This will be season 2, as it's called, or series 2 if they've rebranded it, or is it series 15? I don't bloody know. You know, they keep messing around with it, but this is Ncuti Gatwa's second season, and it will also be the second season to feature Millie Gibson as his companion Ruby Sunday. Now, obviously, she left, or technically left, at the end of Series 1, or Ncuti's first series. She was briefly seen in the Christmas special, Joy to the World, but she does have a couple of appearances in this coming series. So obviously the series that starts on Saturday. She's not in every episode, but I think she's in around about 3 or 4. She's roughly in half the season. And obviously Ncuti's 15th Doctor has a new companion who's called Belinda, who is played by an actress whose name escapes me. I will look it up in between shooting these little sequences for the video. So obviously, in celebration of that, we are going to finally look at the variant version of the Ruby Sunday action figure. Now, cast your minds back to last year. We did a review of the Vortex edition twin pack, which came with a Ncuti Gatwa figure. Not this one, this is the High Street variant. But this was the Ruby Sunday figure that came with that particular pack. Obviously, in her kind of like styling that she appeared in, like her first 2 episodes predominantly. Obviously, the Church on Ruby Road, and then the aforementioned Space Babies. Oh God, that was awful. She came with 2 accessories. She came with a mobile phone and a handbag, which you can kind of like see just on the side there. And then obviously later on, just in time for the kind of like later on in the High Street, we got these 2 variant editions, which were stocked by Argos. John Lewis, not by Smiths, interesting enough. They didn't pick it up. Amazon, yeah, you could pick it up Forbidden Planet. You could pick up the figures elsewhere. It wasn't exclusive to just the Character Options website. Incidentally, that Vortex Edition twin pack still available on the Character Options Toys website. $39.99 for 2 figures. This retailed at $17.99, so slightly cheaper. As did this one. We did a review of this variant of the 15th Doctor recently. However, they have been reduced at Argos. I think they're currently £15 or $14.99, and that's when I picked these up earlier this year. So anyway, that's enough of me blabbering on. Let's open this figure and have a comparison and look how this figure matches up to the original Ruby Sunday. Just before we look at the figure, obviously just a quick look at the packaging. It's that standard kind of like pinky purple kind of like livery that the 15th Doctor like merchandise has. Obviously it says the 15th Doctor there, Ruby Sunday action figure, articulated action figure, 5.5 inch scale. And then on the back there is bizarrely a picture of her in completely the wrong outfit. There you go, that's the outfit that she's pictured in. And a little bio of the character. But beyond that, not much else to talk about. So, here's the figure. Now, this is based on her appearance, I believe, if I remember rightly. Her appearance in the episode 73 Yards, which was essentially a Dr. Light story. I think which was designed purely last season to obviously accommodate Ncuti's schedule, that obviously he was still filming his appearances in the final season of his Netflix show Sex Education. So that episode featured mainly obviously Ruby Sunday. The Doctor disappeared. She contacted UNIT. She was stalked by this mysterious woman who was always 73 yards away, whispering something that you couldn't quite make out. It was probably one of the better episodes of last year. But yeah, so it's essentially the same mould, but obviously what we've got is a different paint job. Still a lovely detail to it. So obviously they're keeping up this kind of this really elaborate kind of painting work. As you can see, you've got some lovely detail on the rings that she's got on her fingers. You've got mostly, although this hand's not the best, you've got the painted nails. It's better on that one. And obviously you've got some lovely detailing on the buckles. Obviously this is a denim style jacket, not a leather style jacket like you've got there. So you've got the particular different kind of weathering there to give it that denim style look. Different jumper, but still has the same kind of jewellery around her neck. Doesn't come with any accessories. So whereas this one came with the mobile phone and the handbag, this is just purely the figure. So obviously that's kind of like a little incentive for collectors or fans to get the Vortex edition, because it comes with extra accessories. That's one thing that toy companies really do. But as it goes, the likeness is literally spot on. It really does look like actress Millie Gibson, and yeah. So I'm loving obviously this new kind of styling that they do, where they essentially cast the heads in the flesh-coloured plastic and then paint on the details afterwards, which is previously, before they introduced this last year, what they used to do is obviously cast it in like a normal kind of coloured plastic and then paint over that, and then that's when you would get certain likenesses kind of lost in the paint job, because if the paint job was quite heavy-handed, you'd lose the fine details in the likeness. So that really does look like actress Millie Gibson. But yeah, besides that, there is really not much to talk about. It is virtually the same articulation. Like I say, it's the same figure, but obviously just in a different paint application. But nice to give you that variation there. There's no word on any other action figures. The big rumour is that we are getting a Tardis. So this was essentially the 13th Doctor Tardis. That was issued around about the time of Jodie Whittaker's beginning of her second season, I think, because I bought this just on the verge of the pandemic because it was reduced in Argos. So I think this came out in 2019 after Jodie's first series. And obviously didn't exactly fly off shelves for whatever reason. And then I picked it up dirt cheap from Argos and I did a review on it. That is up on the Doctor Who playlist. Excuse the quality of those early reviews. They're not as polished as these ones. Although you might disagree, you might like that more basic approach. But yeah, this is rumoured to be re-released with B&M. So it's going to be, because essentially the same TARDIS prop has been carried over for David Tennant's 14th Doctor and O2 for Shooty's 15th Doctor. So they're going to be re-releasing that as an electronic TARDIS. So yeah, you can see obviously it has the flashing light and everything. You have the door. We'll just wait for that to finish. Goes on a lot longer than I remember. But the thing apparently it will be coming with is an inlay card. So it will come with 3 inlay cards. So an inlay card showing the 13th Doctor's TARDIS interior, the 14th Doctor's TARDIS interior, and then obviously a variant kind of like lighting with the jukebox, I presume, inlay of the 15th Doctor's TARDIS interior, which essentially is the 14th Doctor's, but obviously they just have different lighting in there. And that allows you to put in that inlay card, so when you open the door, you can see through into the TARDIS. So that's a nice idea. They did that with the Fugitive Doctor's TARDIS, where they had an inlay card inside, where you could see the Fugitive Doctor's TARDIS console. So that would be a nice idea. Beyond that, it's more or less confirmed. I think Al Dewar has confirmed it on several forums. We just don't know when it's going to actually be released. I would probably say it's going to be the latter half of next year, because that's always when we get the B&M releases. And yeah, so stay tuned for that. I probably will be getting one of those just so I can have another Tardis for these particular figures. So we'll just close that door there. And of course it's not closing. There you go. Ah, there you go. It's a bit stuck, a bit rusty. Anyway, so this is the Ruby Sunday figure, a great figure. Obviously, you can pick it up for the current cheaper price. That is absolutely great. But if you haven't got the Vortex edition, and I do recommend that you get, if you want to complete your collection, then get these two high street variants, because they are essentially the same figures, but obviously just with different paint jobs. And as I said when I reviewed this figure, I'm liking the more kind of like neutral colours, the less blue trousers, which are these are more like kind of like the jean style, obviously the trainers that he's wearing, and the less garish kind of like jumper that he's wearing underneath his distinctive leather coat. Also, whilst we're here, there's been no kind of like update on Shooty's future. Obviously, we've had the recent premieres. They've been doing a lot of press about the forthcoming new series. No one seems to have asked him that question. The rumours are still there. I get told lots of stuff. Obviously, I always take it with a pinch of salt. But I really do think that Shooty will be leaving at the end of this series. So I guess it's a wait and see. So wait and see to see whether he will actually be regenerating or not at the end of this series. So there you go, the Ruby Sunday action figure, the variant that you can get in your local high street stores, mainly probably Argos, like I said, some other stores where you can pick it up. If you like this video, please leave us a like. Really does help out the channel. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell and the subscription button to subscribe to future content. We've still got loads of cool videos to come. We got some more DC multiverse to come. We've got some Marvel Legends. We have some Star Wars Black Series. If you're a fan of the 90s Star Wars, mainly Shadows of the Empire, that absolutely brilliant multimedia event that had a N64 game, a book, a comic, an action figure range, then stay tuned for that, because there's a Black Series figure of one of the main characters from that storyline, which we will be doing shortly. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you very, very soon on Bearded Geek Toy Reviews. Bye now.
You could come with us.
We could what?
Come with us.
Yeah, we all choose escape, didn't we? So we could get you out of here in the blink of an eye.